I am Connie, pronouns they, he, and she. Find me on Twitter, itch, Patreon at by Connie Chong, BYCONNIE, and the stream I run, Transplaner RPG, at Transplaner RPG on Twitter and Twitch.
Eris Savad.
I'm Eris. Pronouns are she, her. You can find the things that I make at erisavad.com. And you can find me most places at Stitched by Eris.
And our favorite gnome on the internet, Gnome.
Who definitely had audio turned on this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
No, I caught it like just before you started intros. Hi, I'm Noam. You can find me on pronounce he, him. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Social media is at Nomadic. It's me.
I do want to say that I really appreciate that happens because almost every stream that I run on this channel, I also do that.
Yeah,
I start with audio off,
it's a totally
so it's on
different
brand.
Button. Yeah.
It's absolutely on brand.
Just making sure that I'm very big into branding. That's my job. I'm just sticking by the guidelines that you provided me to
I love it. I appreciate it.
And
I will say,
cool DM. Steven.
And I'm Steven. Yeah, I am at @the_bad DM on Twitter, and I do stuff on this channel, and I make a podcast, and I edit podcasts if you want to pay me for that. So welcome to Into the Mysts. This is a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Rider Feywild adventure. We are sponsored by Roll20 Spotlight Program, so thanks to Roll20 for providing us with the wonderful tools of your virtual tabletop. We appreciate that. And with that, I think we should head into the mists. So, last time, the 4 of you opened sitting on the edge of the Court of Winds on one of the floating isles, looking down on this forest that has been covered with mists as long as any of you can remember, and really as long as anyone in the Court of Winds can remember. As you sat there, you felt a gust of wind, which is not uncommon, given you are from the Court of Winds. But it opened and parted these mists. You entered in, you found a small little Flithidir, which is a sort of flying gnome-like creature, named Elion, who had very little memories, was not super helpful, and seemed to be walking in a circle. Through some quick, well, not necessarily quick, but some good thinking, I believe it was Yue who discovered that the map was actually a message covered by some illusion magic with a map to go in a circle. They followed this message that basically where up is down, down is up, and found this waterfall that went up to a lake in the sky. Elion drank from it, and lightning shot out of it, and these 3 plant monsters appeared. And that's where we find our dragon riders and their dragons fighting off these monsters. The lightning was defeated, if you can defeat lightning. I don't know, you'll have to find out. And the last thing that happened was a strange sort of hooded figure, very pale white, blue tinted skin with sort of blue glowing eyes appeared, watching you. But before that, we're going to go back in time a little bit. Back into the Whispering Hall, which is where the Lady of the Winds lives. It is her and her dragon, an ancient wind dragon named Kazatara. The 4 of you, without your dragons this time, are standing in front of her. She's sort of floating as wind blows through this hall. It's called the Whispering Hall. As you hear what sound like whispers, but they're almost songs as well. It's very beautiful, very very open, very inviting. This individual, the Lady of the Winds, as she sort of floats and sits at the same time. These long blue-green gowns kind of fluttering in the wind, almost looking like her clothes are dancing. She's tall. There's something about her that draws you in, but also feels distant at the same time. She says, "So, you four are the ones who bonded with our dragon friends. And what do you think that means? What is your goal?"
Yuria takes a deep bow at the waist. I think they look exactly the same in this flashback. Oh, maybe their hair is like a bit longer, right? They go through different hair phases. So I think they're in a long hair phase right now. And it's like this long, like white with like pink and blue and prismatic streaks all the way down to their waist. They bow and it sort of fans open in like these like sleek bangs part of their face. They hinge at the waist. They peek up through their bangs and they give the Lady of Wind a nasty wink. And they say, "My lady, I believe this only means one thing, that I mean, we are very special. Also, hi, Pugs. Good to see you here. Wow."
Puck looks exactly the same.
Oh, well, I really think that, well, I really liked the color of their egg.
To both of you, she gives actually, while at first as you walked in, she had this sort of like strange, distant feel. She actually seems to really appreciate both of your honesty. Like, confidence, I like that. And, dragon eggs are one of the most wonderful things to find in the world. What about the
Yeah.
other two of you?
Well, I'm just a dad now. That's it.
What? What was the question?
Oh boy. Okay. Why, Taza, why and what do you think that you should be here? What makes you interested in being a dragon rider? What is your goal? Why do you deserve this?
Oh. That is an easy one. You see, I was sitting down with my family, which is everybody in the tribe. The Kharazim, we collectively gathered together and tell stories around the fire. And the fire, it lit up. And the embers that danced above told a story in the sky. And they said, "You, Taza, must go." And we know it was me because my robe caught fire.
I mean, also, it did say Taza, and I'm assuming you're the only Taza.
Well, there's 3 Tazas. It's a family name.
Are you sure they didn't make a mistake? Not to imply anything. It's just, well, there's me, there's Puck, who's a beautiful stylist. There's this rock and roll looking Aarakocra, and then there's you.
What is
cool dude.
what is rock and roll?
Oh, it is a game. I know this one. It's a fun game the children play.
Taza, granddad. I don't think we're on the same page here.
I mean, I'm like, we seem to be having really different sort of backgrounds. I mean, I just went to like a big Arctic plane and I found the egg, and then I thought, oh God, it's left alone. Shouldn't happen. So I took it home. Then Khan was born, and I realized, looking into his lies, he's my baby.
I like that. That shows a kindness and a desire to step into something unknown.
He casually just like kind of picks out one of the nicks in his beak, very casually.
Yes, an egg. That is how I, as well, found my dragon, via an egg.
Why do I feel like you're lying to us?
I'm very much lying, but I will gladly roll deception for it.
Sure. Roll a deception.
Okay. Please do.
Okay.
Can I
Here
roll
we
an
go.
insight check?
Let's see my deception.
Can I also roll an insight check?
Oh God, no.
You all can.
7.
As you say that, the Lady of the Winds and the dragon behind her both look at you. And neither of them say anything, but give you that, that look when your parents know you're lying. They give you that look. And just let you go on with that.
How did you sit on it?
No, my egg didn't require any sort of sitting or hatching. It just hatched of its own accord as soon as I touched it. Must have been destiny.
I look
Definitely.
around because I believe that he found an egg. I just can't tell if he's for real or not. Well, my egg needed some coaxing.
Well, if the four of you are going to go into the winds, there will need to be some element of, or into the mists, excuse me. There will need to be some element of trust. Looking directly at you, eh?
I'm trustworthy, believe me, or should I say, my wind-blessed, breeze-blessed lady of this court. Trust me. And Puck and I know each other. We go way back. Puck was my friend on the road for a while there, and Taza and was it Donick? The two of you seem trustworthy as well. I think we'll make a fine party.
Very well. Do all of you agree?
If they're willing to go into the mists, there must be a level of trust, I'd assume.
I mean, my people have been at the edge of the mist for a very long time, So if it's requiring that one of us delve into it, I suppose I could do it.
Good.
It occurs to me that having people of quite different backgrounds could be quite useful in a place where none of us know what is going on there.
That is a good point. Wait a
I
minute.
couldn't agree more.
I extend a wing to try and tap Puck's wing. Getting along already.
She looks out of this very open chamber. Says, "It's important that you trust one another. Because the feywilds, I don't know if you can feel it. They're changing. It's growing. Stretching, I guess."
Ah, yes, I'm very familiar with that sensation.
Something's being born or awakening. Something in the mists. And you four are going to discover it, I believe.
I have a question, actually, Stephen.
Okay.
What are the local legends from my folks about how the Feywild was created?
So the air cockra that live on the edge of the mists, they would kind of have some legends that it was. You would all know that there are a few different gods of the Feywilds that they came together, and their magic. They have there's one god for each season, and then there is a god that is sort of the cycles of life and death. That the five of them came together, and in their magic, the Feywilds was birthed. Essentially, and continues to grow. There are rumors or myths that there is a fountain that continually feeds life into the Feywilds. And then all four of you would actually know of these, what they call the roots of the world. They're keys that sort of connect the Feywilds and the material plane and the celestial realms, all of them together, and store the memories of everything. So those are kind of some different pieces that you would know.
Well, I mean, it's the natural part of the order for the Feywild to grow. I mean, we're like branches of a tree, right? We extend and grow gnarled, and it's normal.
That's
You're saying
what
that there's something else out there?
That's what it feels like to me. This feels different. I've felt the ebb and flow of the feywilds for all my existence, and this, I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, but it is there. And it is
Oh,
different.
what if it's like going through puberty?
I don't want to experience that again.
My lady of effervescent breeze, you spoke of birth? What? I don't like that at all. Can you tell us a little bit more about that sensation you're experiencing and the magic around us?
Just the feeling of something new, something different.
Like when your egg hatched for the first time, imagine like felt, sense of
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
responsibility.
the egg did not come of my body. I gave myself a hysterectomy a while ago. But
I look around like, but it's still your egg. It's still hatched underneath.
well, like I said, I tapped it, and then the dragon came out fully formed. There wasn't any gross baby phase. It was, Sing just came out as Sing. Isn't that how? Well, I think that's how child rearing should work in every culture.
That would be nice.
I had to deal with Constantine falling out. He was freaked out about that.
I'm so sorry about that.
Oh no, it's normal. I had to explain it to him. It was so itchy. He kept on like burning trees and trying to get around it. Little dude was so stressed.
Well, I'm so glad I didn't have to go through that. Puck, what do you think of all this?
Well, I'm just ready to go. I mean, we're gonna discover something new, so let's go.
Toza, I mean, you just said that you don't want to experience it, which I get, but like puberty for a bird's weird. I mean, when you feel the air around you, does it feel like it's going through a massive change? Your people are connected to the earth for like a long time. They would know, right?
Well, that's why we were sitting down and having dinner together as an entire family. You see, when the wind changes, you must listen to it. Feel it run through your feathers. Do you not do that when you take to the skies?
Oh, I all the time. The thing about winds is that they change and ebb and flow like the wind. It's not like the earth, which is solid beneath your feet. I don't usually walk much because it's
Ah,
kind of boring.
but you are not listening to the wind then. You are just feeling it. I hear what Air Master says. I don't actually. I have a bit hard of hearing in this one ear.
Well, if you just like angle it like that, it should
Oh,
help.
it's the beard. Sometimes it kind of gets clogged in there. You just gotta pull it out a bit. But free beard wax. As often as my bones shift and creak, I feel when the seasons come and go, and you too will all feel that. But I agree there is a difference. When the flames are lifted high to the sky and they dance with the stars, there is a story being told. We must enter the mists, no matter what lies ahead.
Those are the words that I hope to hear. With that, if you have no more questions for me, I give you my blessing. Fly fast, fly strong, listen to the winds, and you'll find what's there. So, the four of you Gnome hates this game. He's just over it.
Someone actually knocked on the door this time.
Fair enough. So, as that memory fades, the four of you are flying. Well, some of you are on the ground, some of you are flying. These three large viney creatures still sort of, they don't talk. They're pretty quiet, but they have aggressive stances. If vines could speak. Two of them are trapped in this like gravity well that's seeing shot from their mouth. And we're going to go and Puck. In the initiative order, it's your turn. Trix is invisible. You don't know exactly where. What are Trix's pronouns again?
Puck just generally refers to as they, them.
Okay, perfect. You can feel that they are close, but you cannot precisely pick out where they are. If I remember correctly, you were punching one of these vine creatures in the face.
Yeah.
About 30 feet beyond you is this hooded figure.
Okay. Has the hooded figure said anything?
Nope.
No? Okay. I'm going to actually the punch, while fairly fairly effective, I'm going to with a flourish pull out a half of a scissors, gnome size scissors from my belt, and with a flourish cut into the vine creature with my short sword, what is effectively my short sword.
Okay.
Ooh. And I'm also going to yell, "Can someone make these stop, please?" That's a 23 to hit.
That very hits.
Okay. For 9 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to start slashing into it. Some of the branches and leaves start to fall off of it, and it sort of creaks and groans. Is there anything that Trix would be doing?
You know what? Trix is probably going to kind of start investigating the hooded figure, trying to kind of figure out, is this friend, is this foe, do they seem dangerous, and try to give that information telepathically to me. Like how does Trix feel about this hooded figure?
Have Trix roll an insight.
Okay. What is the insight?
If it's not listed under skills, it'll just be wisdom.
Yeah, it'll just be a wisdom. I don't see it in here. A crit for a 21.
Okay. The message that you receive from Trix is that this individual seems to be fairly neutral at this point. Though as you slash into the vine, there's like a quick little smile, and a look of ponderance, sort of like they're inquisitive. Then this individual looks directly at Trix, even though they're invisible, and winks.
Okay. Feeling seen, Trix will probably try to kind of skitter and hide behind something nearby. like whether it's a tree branch or a rock on the ground or something like that. Like, whoa, you
Mm.
saw me.
Oh, don't hide, little friend. And anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna say,
Who are you and what do you want with us?
Time will tell.
that's it.
And okay. And Donic, it is your turn.
Let's see first if Khan gets his Cinder Breath back. He does not, because if anything, this combat is still the same combat as it was before, where we just missed, coming from either side. But we're gonna we missed on either side. We look at each other and we're like, this means we've got it perfectly surrounded. I see Eris wanting to say something.
I forgot to reroll for my confusion breath.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Hey,
Yes.
got that back. All right.
All right.
So we look at each other, we nod, and we turn back. I slash upward, and he's gonna go bite the legs.
Okay.
Let's start with me, so I can fail first. 24 to hit.
That does hit. And I believe you should be at advantage, correct?
Should I?
For your feet?
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
Yep. That hits.
1d6 plus 3 for piercing. No, that's not what that meant to do, because sometimes I click the wrong button. So that's 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm slashing upward, and then coming from below, Khan's going to do a bite attack for 23 to hit.
There it is. Now y'all just needed a couple rounds to kind of get into it. 23 hits.
I'm sure we tell each other that all the time. And his damage is 1d10 plus 3, which means that's an 11.
Okay.
So I did
you
8,
can roll.
11.
You can roll a second time for Khan as well, and just you never know when that nat 20 shows up.
Right.
It does not, but
Why would it? That would make too much sense.
So y'all are slashing up and biting down and ripping at this vine creature. It's starting to fall apart. And Yue, it is your turn.
Okay. I turn to the hooded figure and I nod at Sing. And through this unspoken bond we have, Sing is gonna flap their starry void black wings and soar off toward this hooded figure and attack first, if that's okay. I assume they act on our turn, or if that's all right if
absolutely,
Sing goes
yeah,
first?
that's absolutely okay.
Sing is gonna make a melee weapon attack with their bite. So I'm just gonna roll d20 plus 5. That's fine. That's a miss, I assume.
Sorry, what was it?
7 total.
7. Yeah. Yes, that
These
miss.
roll 20 d20s be rolling sub 10s for me constantly. That's okay. Sing still counts as engaged in combat with this enemy. So I'm gonna say to them, you stay here, tell us who you are, and tell us why you're here. And I'm gonna cast suggestion. And I'm going to use our spell symbiote to force disadvantage on that save versus my DC 15.
So they will be rolling straight. And that is a wisdom save for suggestion?
Yes, I believe so against DC 15.
Okay.
No!
That ends up, in case you care, as a 24.
What? Okay, it's a +6. Is it worth it to try to do one? Okay. I guess it just doesn't work then. How are they responding though?
Very calm. As you cast that spell, they kind of laugh. Oh, I'm not your enemy here.
Aren't you? Then why aren't you helping us with these vine creatures? Who are you?
In time. It seems like you're occupied.
Occupied. I don't think so. I'm still riding Sing, so I'm right up on this person,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
I'm going to use a bonus action to, what can I do here to mess up this person's day? Okay, I'm gonna bonus action puff of smoke in their face, cantrip.
Okay.
So that is going to be a dex save against 15.
Okay.
As I like inhale and when I exhale, there's like this huge puff of like glittering void stars like coming out of my mouth, like going straight for this person's like hooded face.
That is a 9 plus 2. So
That
an
is a
11.
failure.
Okay.
So they are going to be blinded until the start of my next turn. So that means
Okay.
all attack rolls against them will have advantage, my friends, until the start of my next turn. And that is going to be the end of my turn.
As the smoke puffs out, this individual kind of starts, like, still very calmly starts trying to wipe their eyes. You are very effective. Interesting. And Taza, it is your turn. And I forgot to write down if you were still under the breath.
Am I still high? I think so. The world is my oyster, and I am a seagull.
See the shapes in the fire.
Watch as they dance. Come here. I have a banana for you.
Oh God, another banana.
When I roll a wisdom save again. Is that how that worked?
Every turn, I think.
Oh boy.
And I think you have to roll a d10.
3.
That's
So you also have to at the
Or-
start of your turn, you must roll a d6 to determine your behavior. And then at the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom save.
What is my behavior with the one?
Uh,
How free am I feeling?
oh, I love the robot sound.
The echoing was scary. Good job, everyone.
Click Flint says that your voice is exactly the fortune teller from Disney's Robin Hood. And it totally is.
on a 1 to 4, you you take no action or bonus action and use all of your movement to move in a random direction.
Can I choose to move closer to the vines? They are these just massive dancing sunflowers of radiant. Maybe they're the heads of each of you, but like in like that psychedelic sunflower, right? And there's just colors emanating from each of you. It's like, Donnie, look at your face. Look at it. Put him. Come here, let us dance. We are in a strange new place.
I look at Pocket. Is it just music like talking to a vine?
You hear Norg's voice, that deep mithril dragon. He does this sometimes.
Your dragon is calling you out, man.
Look, dragons the mithril dragons when they're in their youth are a little mean.
Tell me about it.
But Norg is still up and active and a little hurt. So Norg's gonna go ahead and thrash its has to take care of Taza right now. So whatever vine creature Taza went towards, Norg's probably got to come and zip his way through and do a multi attack and a bite and a claw attack.
Okay.
So let's see. Look at you got this all set up.
An 8 misses.
Well, but how about that claw attack? Ooh, a 23.
The claw attack definitely hits.
Whoop whoop. All right, so that is a 14 for slashing damage. And then the creature loses 3 hit points from bleed, and then it's going to continue to bleed for 6 rounds.
Okay.
Losing 3 HP per round.
Okay. When does the bleed happen?
At the start of each of its turn.
Okay.
For 6
Okay.
rounds. Unless it receives magical healing.
Perfect. So its sap starts coming out rapidly from this mithril swing. These plants move towards you. Move towards you. One of them swinging right back at this giant mithril dragon for a 16.
16 what?
Which does 12 piercing.
What? Because stuff was reduced from last time. What? I don't know what the HP is now.
Oh, I actually have it on here.
You've got it? Okay.
Oh, your mithril dragon is unconscious.
Oh no, my baby! My boy Blue!
And Nord goes, as these like vines wrap around it, says, Taza, you better wake up. And this dragon clatters to the ground. Another one of the vines that Donick and Khan are fighting, it reaches out to you, Donick, for a 15. Oh, you're muted.
15 does hit, yes.
Okay. For 11 piercing damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Let me just take down 11 points. A lot of hit points for me. Strength saving throw, you said. 21.
Okay. These vines try to wrap around you, and you're able to break free of them.
Yeah, I land on the ground, and I put my talons in the earth, and I hold out my wings as far as they can go. I make myself huge.
Nice. And the last one, it can't move, but it is swinging at this tiny little fairy that's been punching it in the face and stabbing it. And I'm going to say, I don't know if there's a rule for it being tiny, but it is so much bigger than you. I'm going to say it's going to be rolling at disadvantage for an 18.
An 18 does hit.
Which does 8 piercing, and I need you to make a strength save.
Okay. Oh. 7.
Okay, these vines wrap around you and pull you in where you can't fly away from it.
We've gotten like 4 nat 1s. Can I just point out so far as players? This is insane.
Nothing great. At the top of the round, this individual says, I'm not going to fight you.
Then help us.
Very well. Lets out a sigh and just says, rest. And these plants all turn and look at them and sink back into the ground, releasing you all. Are you content?
Content. How does my star spawn taste in your eyeballs?
I walk over to Norg and I try to like stabilize him.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
Yeah, the thing I'm bad at. I'll do that. That's gonna be great. Medicine. I've got a plus 3 to wisdom. I'm fine. 18.
Yeah. You stabilize Norg. As Taza, what are you doing? I'm gonna say just for the next 30 seconds because I think it only lasts for a minute, right? The breath.
It was like a minute, yeah. So that's like 6 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the plants droop down. Taza runs over. He was heading to Donick. And like picks up the drooping plant. No!
Taza,
So
I'm
young.
here.
You had such a life. You were becoming such a great father. Oh, this beautiful boy.
Con, can you just make sure he doesn't like run into any thorns or anything?
Fine. Whatever.
Love
And
you.
You too. And kind of keeps walking behind, sort of corralling Taza. And after a few seconds, you snap back into having all your faculties back.
There weren't many to begin with. So.
You have your faculty. Your
Yeah.
one singular faculty.
The custodian's still there. Good.
Puck kind of shakes their whole body and their wings out and says, "Well, that was rude."
What was rude?
The fact that they just popped up and started hitting us.
You drank their water.
But this map told us to drink their water. See, I suppose you can't. Well, and I wave my hand and cause like the sparkly void cloud to sort of like dissipate from this hooded stranger's face. And on seeing, I'm like looking between this person. I'm looking back at my party, and I'm, who are you? My party is injured. My friends are hurt. What is this?
And as you're saying that, Elion, this little Futhadier who's been with you, is flying towards you, says, "Yeah, you did this. You did this. Why did you do that? I just wanted to help my people. You wasted all my time. It's your fault. You said that you would help me." Says, Elion, please. I did help you. I kept my end of the deal. You have help now. Gesturing to the four of you. You can call me the Dreamer. I live here. Why are
Dreamer?
Why are you all so grumpy?
I'm not even paying attention to him. I'm just ministrating Norg, trying to wake him up by playing a drum. I'm proficient.
Is your friend okay back there?
You don't disappear or do any weird mist Feywild thing while my back is turned. You stay right there. Norg. And I'm gonna I squeeze Sing's flank with my legs, and Sing takes off toward the rest of my party, and I hop off of Sing and I like run over to where Norg is, sort of slumped over, stabilized but still unconscious, and and I place my hands on their scaled mithril neck and I say, "Wake," and I cast Healing Word, which I suppose I'll have to roll for to see how much HP Norg regains.
How healing is your words?
How healing are my words? That is going to be 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 5. Oh, that's not how you do that. There we go. 8. You regain 8 HP.
So Norg kind of shivers and says, "Thank you. At
You're
least
welcome.
can
You were
do
very
something."
brave.
Well, obviously. Someone's got to protect the old man.
Yes. Speaking of Taza, what was that? Puck, I had no idea that your dragon could do that to someone.
It's a neat trick.
Neat.
My
Right.
back feels great. Did I
You don't-
miss something?
Uh-huh.
You don't think it was fun? I thought it seemed like Taza was having a lot of fun.
Alien, you got us into this mess. You go to a sulk corner for 30 seconds.
I apologize. That was Trix talking.
Oh, not him.
I thought it
I
looked
thought it was
great.
Alien.
Hey, everyone, let's just calm down. Trix is a baby. They're still learning, okay? It's totally fine. Wait, where's the Trix? Trix.
I'm
Because
right
Trix is
here.
invisible.
Yes, I'm right here.
Yeah, just a voice in the middle of nothing.
Puck. Puck. Did I get
Yes.
hit with euphoria breath? Can I not like see things anymore?
No.
Is a baby face gonna appear in the sun? Because that'd freak me out.
As you all are sort of tending to Norg, this conversation keeps going on between Elion and this dreamer individual. What? You showed me this door. You gave me this useless map. No. You said you wanted to help your people. I found people for you that would help. I told you if you followed the map, that you would find help. And alas, help has arrived. And Elian goes and sulks in the corner. The corner of we're outside in the world.
Yeah. The sulk corner that you points out.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Dreamer, that is... You see, it's things like this that give us, Fae, a bad reputation in the material plane and the planes beyond this realm. Tricky words make for tricky minds. What's your play here?
Oh, what's my play? It's complicated, isn't it? Can you feel the changes that are happening?
Why is everyone so obsessed with puberty?
That is a funny analogy. I enjoy that. That's good. But no, it's not really that. I've been here for a long time, covered by these mists, watching them, listening to the roots, spending time in Ilinyali, which all of you being Fae would know that is the demiplane that the roots of the world create, which is this memory dream plane, where memories from the past are stored, and then sometimes potentially things that can happen appear there. And I have been waiting for you.
I beg your pardon. Waiting for us. What do you mean?
Well, I saw that if Elian stayed near the edges of the mist, of our side of the mist, then she would find you. Because she needs help.
And then you gave her a map that would lead her right back to you, thereby making her your...
No, we made a deal, which is something that I sort of like to do, and like to have a little fun with those. But
yeah, like turning someone into your hapless emissary for like no reason, like that. Look at her.
I mean, if you're a cynic, sure.
See, this is the thing I don't get. Because my people, we don't mess around like that. We're just completely honest about our feelings and our emotions. We don't trick people. We don't lie about eggs. We just...
What?
God bless you, child.
I'm fine. It's just...
I can see why my methods might be upsetting to you. But my methods work. And like you, I assume you want the feywilds to stay healthy, for our magic to be thriving. Have you ever wondered, why is there a mist? Why is there something that us on this side can't leave, and you on that side can't enter, until now?
Of course, I've wondered such a thing. It would be silly not to wonder such a thing. But why don't you just say what we're all thinking already?
I thought it was because of growth. It's like a bone when it's young. They're cartilage. That's a hard thing to say in that voice. They're made of cartilage when they're young, and then they harden as they age. I think the mists are just hardening boat. One day the mists recede because the growth is finished.
What if the mist was keeping something away? Or protecting something?
Then we would have had stories about it,
Why?
because we do that. We don't understand things when things are taken from us or pushed upon us. When we're scared, we create stories to explain it. Call them boogeymen or draw paintings on side of mountain walls. I realize that might be hyper specific to me, but
So,
I
And I
feel
will-
like there's just mountains painted with stories nowadays.
I have some unique powers. I can make people forget. I can make them remember again. It's sort of why Elian's a little mad at me right now. There are beings far beyond me, and my sisters, who can do a lot more than that. And so what if you were meant to forget? What if those stories were meant to be erased by someone?
That'd be stealing culture from people.
It is a tragedy to forget.
And I want us to remember. And I believe that you four are the key to that. I've seen dragons. I've seen people on the backs of dragons. But in the Mysts, we haven't had dragons in my memory. And yet here you are, just as I saw in my dream, helping Elian. Did Elian tell you of a door?
Yes.
Hmm.
What do you know of this door?
Very little. But I believe the answer's on the other side. Answers that may help you leave, that may make the feywilds whole, that may help our magic grow, and most important, that will help us remember what was taken.
This whole memory fog thing doesn't matter to me as much as the fact that this place is teeming with magic, and you seem to think that we're the key to unlocking that door. You want our help. Nay, you need us. We don't need you. Isn't that right, friends?
I think angering this dreamer is probably not the best way to go about it.
Oh,
and then,
no.
Lightly
I'm
take
not trying.
one wing and wrap UA in it. Not like from the front, from the back, like kind of a supportive side hug. Like, calm down.
I slap it off. Let me feel my feelings, Donna. Don't patronize me. You, dreamer, if you want us to help you, reveal your face.
Very well. Pulls their hood back. It's very narrow. It looks ageless. It's feminine in nature. There is in their blue eyes that have no irises, no pupils. There's something about how the creases are that look mischievous, excited.
I don't know. I was expecting some sort of blah with eyes and halos. Well, okay, you're just a person. Okay, cool. That's less intimidating.
Wait, what does a person look like to you? He gestures in bird.
I am a person.
So am I.
Well,
Khan's a
yeah, but
person.
neither of you are glowing with, I don't know, veins of gold running down your face. Well, that's just a
Oh,
person.
you should have seen yourself a few minutes ago.
Oh, Taza. I'm so glad I wasn't in the same mindscape as you.
I puff up my chest a little bit, and I think the feathers above the tunic, you can see the aurora kind of shimmers because the little silver feathers peek out before they go back in. I mean, I can shimmer.
But you know what I mean. I thought there was some sort of demigod or something. I'm glad they're not. Otherwise, we'd be in deep hot water.
Wait, hold on. Why do you think a demigod would glow?
Mm,
I don't
Why not?
know. Just all the legends you talk about, glowing demigod. Well, that's beside the point.
Suddenly they're covered in glitter. Look, they're glowing now.
Me or the dreamer or
The
yourself?
dreamer.
I'm just saying, people used to worship dragons. And look at Khan. Do you know how often I have to brush his hair? It's a lot.
Yeah, making camp on the way here, I thought we would never be free of all of Khan's hair.
Well, he's just growing.
It's a
It's
hairy
cool.
situation.
He's gonna shed a little bit and sleep
Oh,
down.
fuck.
Once his scales
What
come
do you What do you want from us?
I just want to see what happens.
So typical Fae B, you're just interested in something new.
Sure.
Insight check?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can I also roll insight on this person?
Absolutely.
Yep.
No.
Just a curious cat.
God,
I'm telling you. I'm telling, this is rigged. We've gotten like 7 nat 1s and like 4 nat 3s. I've been tracking it. It's insane. Okay.
Oof.
What is this?
Yeah. You can't really tell if there's ulterior motives or not.
Taza, you want to roll insight? Help.
Oh no, Tasa's got a completely different. When somebody here, when someone approaches you and tells you that they have seen something, they call themselves a dreamer. That is the equivalent of like a shaman or a cleric. There is a higher calling that they must answer to, and whether we believe them or not, that is beyond our call, beyond our judgment.
Well, Taza, we have a higher calling too. The frickin' Lady of the Wind called us to the mists.
We do, and we are here to listen to what the mists have to say. The dreamer is part of the mist. Listen.
I don't want to listen to someone who outfoxed me. I've got pride, you know.
I just had Khan roll insight for fun. He rolled an 18 because of course he did.
Damn teenagers.
Okay.
Pretty accurate for teenagers, though. They see into the heart of things pretty quickly, don't you think?
Yeah, but I feel like Khan's not going to share whatever he finds out.
Khan, in your telepathic connection, kind of with you feel this like asshole.
Really narrowing it down there, bud. Nice work.
You see him kind of find a little bed of leaves and circle up and lay down.
Well, if you're just gonna be watching us, I guess, feel free, you freaky voyeur. Do whatever you want, dreamer. What you do is none of our concern. Meanwhile, this poor Elian, whose memories I assume you've taken from her, are you gonna return them to her? We're
they're
supposed to
back.
help her, right? How could we help her without her
She got him
remembering who
the
she
moment
is?
she drank the
Yeah.
water. You could tell.
Yeah, they're back.
Oh,
That's why she's so pissed
Oh.
off.
I see. That must have flown over my head when I was busy attacking this person.
that a
I
bird
see what
joke?
you did there because Elian flies. That's good. That's clever. I like that. I think you all will fit in very well here. I think you'll have a lot of fun.
No offense, I'm not really here to have fun. I'm here to figure out what the issue is and solve it. And raise Khan.
Straight thinking. I like that too. Different. Unique.
I cock my head in the way people do.
Well, I have some things to attend to. Oh,
And apparently Khan does as well.
you know what? Oh. Welcome back.
I accidentally pressed the home button. My apologies.
No,
Happens.
no worries. Oh my gosh, my brain just completely short circuited.
You have to go.
I have some other things to attend to. So I'm gonna leave you all to it. Good luck.
Wait,
fun.
hold on.
Oh, I don't really want to.
You want one question, if you don't mind. Just one.
Fine.
You told Elian that she would need us. That's where the help she needs. Why do you think that we suffice for her problem?
I watched you. You have dragon friends, and
Do you know anything about her
fun.
problem that she wouldn't?
Do I know anything about her problem that she would not?
Sometimes you can pick up things that people don't tend to pick up themselves.
Oh, they're just very small, and their problem's a little bit big.
I look at Puck.
What's the problem?
It's literally just
Yeah, you should probably go now.
they need more strength.
You should really go now.
Now I want to stay. Puppers.
You should really go now.
Mm. All right. Well,
But what is the problem? Nobody said what the problem is.
that's not from that's Elian's information. You're gonna be fine. As this individual sort of pulls down some mist, it wraps around them, and they vanish.
I hate that thing.
We can do that
What a
too.
cool parlor trick.
You want to see a cool parlor trick?
60 feet away, you see them running off into the woods.
Smoke bomb.
Again!
With that, I think we should take a little 5-minute break. We're
Mhm.
about halfway through. So chat, thanks for hanging out with us so far. We're gonna see what Elian's problem is, I think, pretty quick. So stick around. We'll see y'all soon.
Hello.
We're back. Hello. We are back with Into the Mysts. We just left our 4 dragon riders and their dragons next to this upside down waterfall after having a conversation with an individual who called themselves the Dreamer. Spoke in a lot of mystery and gave very few straight answers.
Just
And-
like me.
Exactly. And the 4 of you are here sort of in this clearing. You have a little bit of space to talk with one another as Elian is very much pouting, sitting on a little rock, like kind of kicking the grass that's at their feet.
So Puck will fly down to Ellie and be like,
Okay, so what is the problem?
Well, so my family, we have a little village, and the trees that are around our little town, they've been getting really mad, and they have been threatening to move our town somewhere else, and we don't want to move. We like where we live, and we don't know why they're so mad. They keep saying you're hurting us, our trees and our roots, and we're like, no, we're not. We just like we always do. We respectfully try to pick your fruit when it's ripe, and they're like, no, the roots are mad. So
Did you check to see maybe if there's root rot or perhaps a new infestation of bugs, that kind of thing?
in the
One would
ones
think you would try to get to the root of the problem.
Yeah. Well, thanks. No, well, oh, find me. We looked at the ones around us, but we're not botanists.
Did you look underfoot?
Literally lifts their foot up. It doesn't seem like there's a problem under there.
Yeah, that might be the problem right there.
No,
All right, let's go.
Look, there's nothing.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
gonna need to. You just yeah.
Void, or good God, sing. By the end of this campaign, I'll do it. Sing does as you're walking away. I think you handled yourself very well back there. You stood your ground.
I'm trying to outpout Elian on the other side of the waterfall. I'm like crossing my arms, like tossing my head to the side, like looking at Sing, who's maybe circling me a little exasperated. Thank you, darling. Did you see
It's-
that puff smoke trick I did?
It was very nice. It was very lovely. Bested this dreamer.
Oh, yes, we certainly did. We showed them who was who. I don't think I didn't see you trying to bite and swipe at them,
Of
even though they
course.
were quite agile.
Of course, we are one. But I did want to say, darling, it does seem like this little fellow needs our help.
Who do they think they are pouting over there? Look, Puck's off fawning over them. Like they're gonna be their new stylist? I don't think so.
No one. Puck would never leave you.
You
You're- you're f-
think?
No. I mean, look at you.
I mean, look at me.
No, and together we're wonderful, and who it must be Puck's honor to
You're right. Puck's
travel
too
with us.
good. You know, their only flaw really is that they make so many puns. The split up while they were still traveling with us, it was mutual, but really, the puns had to go.
I know, and perhaps we can work on that with them.
Yes, perhaps.
But this little friend did have their memories taken away.
Yes, I'd be upset if my memories were taken away too. Fine, Sing. Okay, fine. And I turn and I strut back to the rest of the party. Maybe passing Taza on the way, and I like pat Taza's big furred burly arm. Come on now, old man. We've got places to get to.
Oh, yeah, why are we in such a rush?
I don't know, because we have to help this stupid little I mean, excuse me.
Now. No need to raise our tone nor language. This little one needed help, and we are here to help as best
Yeah, if it
we
was,
can.
I like shout over my shoulder as I'm fluttering over to Khan. Yeah, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even found our way here. You
Oh,
started this project. We're just seeing it through.
well, I suppose. Oh, well, now that you mention it, Donick, I suppose you're right. Okay, all right. Well then, let's get going then. And I say, pretending that I'm leading like the party, even though it's like Donick and Puck at the front. I hop on Sing as we walk, and if it's gonna take at least an hour to get there, I would like to try to use Song of Rest to restore some hit points for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
please, my poor baby
Yeah.
dragon has
Yeah.
like 6.
and I'm unless you all wanted to travel at a much faster pace, I would say this is more of a leisurely walk. Elian is not quick, and in spite of obviously there being a problem, they are easily distracted by almost everything. So as they keep asking all
So
of you
is Puck.
questions, yeah, the two of you together, it's a slow process, but lots of questions about your dragons, where you're from, what the Court of Winds is like. Sometimes repeating the same questions because they're so excited they don't actually hear your answers, because they're getting your they're actually getting help. So you can all take a short rest.
Puck is also
Mhm.
asking them at least as many questions. It's like a response is another question with a question and response. That's their conversation.
Beautiful.
We are also collecting flowers along the way, but only ones that have already fallen.
Okay.
And we are not picking fresh flowers because Puck knows that there are definitely some flowers you don't want to pick.
That's wise. So after about an hour and a half to 2 hours, you make it into this little clearing in these woods. In the center of this clearing, there's some like old fallen trees, and on those trees are these small little, maybe the highest is about 4 foot tall little homes. You see a whole host of these little flying gnome creatures. And Elian looks to you and says, well, so this is Valleybrook. This is my home. This is where I live. So there's a lot of folks here. They're all very nice. And we need to go tell Ilda and Popperlin. We need to tell those two that you're here. Because Ilda's sort of like, she's our elder. She's very, very wise, very wise. And Popperlin's sort of like, I guess you would say the mayor. Is that it? Do you have mayors? Is that something you all are familiar with?
I know what a mayor is. Yeah, I don't have them.
Yeah. Mm.
Also, were you not like supposed to? Mayors are like people. You're not supposed to have people.
What?
You said, "Do I have a mayor?" And I'm like, I don't keep people in my pocket.
Oh, yeah. It seems like there may have been something lost a little bit in maybe perhaps how you speak outside of the Mist and how we speak in the Mist. I would never assume that you like have someone, but I meant like in
Sylvan's my second language. So
no, that makes sense.
yeah.
I keep
and
people. I have many people with me at all times.
What?
Oh, I get it. You have like their spirits with you at all times. No, that does make sense.
Oh, phew, right, of course.
So as you're doing this, Elian just kind of flutters back and says, I'll be right back. Flies into the center of this little town, and comes back with 2 other of these little Flithidir. One of them is this like deep red color. He's a little plump, and he carries himself with a lot of importance. Says, "Oh, well, welcome, helpers. Elian said that you're here to help us with our problem. I'm Popperlin. I'm sort of the overseer of this, try to help solve anyone's problems. And this is Ilda, who has these beautiful white feathers that almost shine. And she says, welcome. I hope that you really can help us, because I don't want to move again. So let me take you this way. Hopefully nothing too bad happens." And as he says that, you all feel the ground begin to shake a little bit. In slow, plodding footsteps. This is doom, doom, doom. And through the edge of this, a huge tree ant appears. It's about 40 feet tall.
Oh my god.
It leans over and says, "Popperlin, you have one more day. My trees are getting weak and tired."
Can I do a perception check with the trees along the area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why don't you can do a perception check. You want to make a check as well, Puck?
So I didn't want to interrupt you, but as all of this was going on, Puck was more interested in the trees around. They're obviously still flying around, but fluttering about, looking at the trees and particularly at the ground, because Ilium said that the trees were unhappy. So that's the problem here. So Puck was immediately going to start looking at the trees and seeing if they could communicate with them and
Yeah.
all.
Why don't you give me a nature check, and Donick, you can give me a perception check.
Can I also try to I want to suss out like nature as well, like to see like if this specific tree ant seems to have like messed up roots or something, or if like any of the nearby trees have like wilting leaves, if the soil looks disturbed or brackish.
Yeah, as Puck is flying around. Oh, nat 20. So in spite of, I'm going to go one at a time. So Puck, as you're flying around, you see some of the leaves on the trees have that look of dry, as though they're not getting the water that they need. The edges of the leaves are starting to brown and crackle, and some of them seem a little bit they're sort of wilting a little bit. uh Donick, there are a lot of these Flithideer around here. With a 10, the one thing that you might notice is they all seem to be actively avoiding the trees as much as they can.
Okay.
And Jue, you on this big tree ant, as you look at it, you can see its face, and its eyes seem to be dry and crackling around it. There are pieces where its bark has started to fall off. Most of its leaves, despite it being everything around being very green, many of its leaves have fallen off. It's almost as if it is doing work to help the trees by giving itself to keep its forest healthy.
Can I intuit what the source of the problem might be? Specifically if it's magical in nature?
Why don't you roll me? Yeah, sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Yes, you got it, friend. 22.
22. As you look, it actually appears to more be a physical problem than a magical problem.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Huh. Well, whatever appears to be afflicting you seems to be quite terrible if you're having to give your own life force to sustain the force of your friends.
Wouldn't you give anything for your friends to be okay?
Yeah, I would.
Define anything. That doesn't matter. That's not the. I'm not on trial here. How long ago did this problem start?
It's been about 2 months.
I must ask, what looking at the Fluffidier, first of all, what are they wearing?
The Flithidier, they're all
Yeah.
wearing sort of like different like leathers and very much they live off the land. If they hunt, they use all pieces. None of it's super nice or anything like that, but
Okay. I'm gonna quickly get distracted by it and say,
Before I leave, let me show you a new stitch. Um, but what do you do with about water? There's a lot of you here, and the trees look like they're need more water. What do you do with water? Where's water?
oh, Popperwin says, "Oh, there's kind of just to the west a little bit. There's a little spring that we get our water from.
Is a spring close enough to is a spring close enough to irrigate the trees?
I assume so.
I
don't
look at the
I
tree.
don't know. We used to get water from the same place, but for some reason it is not spreading to our roots anymore. These are the only ones who live here with us."
I'm going to use Druidcraft to tell me what the weather's going to be today.
Okay. It's a little
24 hours. Next 24 hours.
Next 24 hours. This place is a little different than where you're from. So as you kind of use Druidcraft to sense, it feels like it should be a clear day for the next 24 hours, though there is still this mist above you. But no rain or anything like that in the forecast.
How often do you get rain?
Oh, it comes and goes.
But not enough.
Not of late.
What could be keeping the water from you? They usually reach your roots, right? So does it go through underground rivers, or does it just seep into the land?
Populin says, "Well, the spring, it trickles down and then it seems to go under, and I just assumed that that's where the water went to the trees."
No offense, Populin, but I wasn't talking to you for that reason. You would assume. I'm asking the person who would know.
Oh, it slinks back. Oh, Tran says, "No, what he says is correct. There has been water from the same spring that would spread underneath the ground.
Maybe there's a blockage there.
Perhaps I cannot go down below, nor can my trees."
I now look at Populin. You tried going down below?
Oh, no. That's dangerous.
Well, dangerous is my middle name, darling. What do you say,
Stop.
friends?
Is it real? That's an interesting middle name.
No.
My
Donick,
middle name is whatever it has to be in a given moment.
Donick just blinks for a very long time.
Are
What do you say,
you
friends?
here to help?
So long as you don't make these people leave until we come back. It may take more than a day. I know it's hard to trust someone you have no way of knowing, but we've been brought here to fix the problem. We need to know what the problem is to fix it.
We have dragons to help us.
It creaks and looks at the dragons.
That's right. Sing,
Hmm.
sit.
No.
We have to impress them. Come on, we can just put on a little show. Sit.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yes. Sits very, very elegantly.
Okay, turn.
Leaps into the air, flies, dragging its wing in a perfect spiral around you, Yue.
Okay, and the showstopper, the razzle dazzle, breath.
Breathes this void breath into the air.
And I like strike a pose as like the shimmering and the glittering and like the astral void comes down on me. Ta-da! You can trust us. Thank you, Taza.
Will they hurt my trees?
No, he's past his teething stage.
Not intentionally. Your trees are, as any tree is, part of this life cycle that keeps this region alive. We would never cause harm intentionally.
Trust me, I may not be a forest Aarakocra, but my people know the strength of trees and their importance in the world. I would not willingly harm one.
I trust the two of you. The other two of you will find out.
Well, wait, hold on. I was the one who thought that it might be the water issue. Hello.
I'm just thinking you are being like, yeah, Taza and Puck.
I apologize, my fairy friend. That is correct. I trust
Sometimes
the
you
three
need a
of you.
smaller perspective on things.
And the flashy one. That was very pretty. But I don't trust you yet.
That's okay. I'll grow on you like a tumor. Not. I don't think that's what they say.
There's a low whistle that comes out of like the forceful expulsion of breath through one of the nicks in Donic's beak.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not sighing, he's trying not to sigh, but that nick will let through air in a very frustrating way.
The tree does go. We grow too. I'll give you 2 days. Or I have to do something.
Can I offer a suggestion?
You can offer it.
If we don't show up in about 1.5 days, send a messenger to the edge of the entrance. Maybe we're in trouble. Just in case.
I think, Popperlin, that would be your job. Oh, okay, yes, we can, maybe, Elian's pretty brave. Elian's like, what, me?
Oh, she's very well versed in adventuring.
Okay, day and a half, and I'll yell very loud from the entrance.
Thank
Okay.
you, Alien.
Yes, you're welcome.
Now, do any of you have any scuba gear? But not the really clunky, ugly looking, like nice, form-fitting.
Scuba?
It's you might not have heard of it. I encountered it way back when, out of the mists, one of my many misadventures through one of the many beautiful towns I've been through. It allows you to breathe underwater.
Oh, no.
Ah, okay. That's all right. We can hold our breath, no?
It's
I've
not.
large lungs.
I'm a bird.
Oh, Popperlin says, it's not entirely underwater. There's space for your heads, at least.
Yeah, I thought so. Otherwise, I wouldn't have offered because I'm a bird. We don't
Okay,
usually
then.
do well with being drowned.
Well, I thought I would just check, Donick, about the scuba, but it's clear that they don't have any here.
The older Flithidir says, that actually is a fun name. Scuba. Scuba.
It is a fun. It's short for
Scuba.
something, but I don't really remember. You know, this place is very beautiful. You could probably turn it into a resort town once this is all
Sure.
said and done.
I'm pretty sure the Nesme called Scuba.
Okay, so as you all are here, are you heading to the space, or is there anything you want to do in this small little village before you go? Any preparations you would like to try to make?
The longer rest for my big ass dragon.
Did you roll hit dice for them to restore
What? How many
HP?
hit dice do they get?
Where is Norg?
I'm back to full.
It just gives me hit points, which is like 68 plus 18.
You get 18? Nice.
He's a mithril.
I get plus 12. I shouldn't complain.
It's mithril.
It's, I believe, I don't know. We'll give them have the same number as you have. We'll have their hit dice be the same as you.
Okay, then I'll just use all three.
You also get an
two, maybe.
extra plus 6 because
Yeah,
of the song
the
rest.
6 because of the pretty song. All right, let's do time. Oh, lovely. Oh, even lovely.
We don't have beds necessarily that would fit most of you, though Puck, you would be welcome to use any of our beds to rest if you do want to maybe start in the morning. Puck did tell me about the lightning incident. Or not Puck, Elian did tell me about the lightning incident, so we could set up a bed of leaves, perhaps. The grass is pretty soft.
I imagine Khan already set up a bed of fallen leaves and like blew a little fire on them to make them toasty, and is just happily snoozing in a corner.
Okay, so he made himself at home. Be careful with the fire, given the tense situation with the trees. But you can take a long rest if you would like.
I mean, I'm good.
I'll take a. I mean, I would always love to have those spell slots back, so why not?
Okay.
Does it count as a day passing?
Right,
Yes.
that's the thing.
Mhm.
It's time.
Mm-hmm.
It would not be a whole day.
Okay.
So instead of 2
Times-
days, we get.
So
a day and a-
you'd still have a day and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just that some of the magic writer feats reset on a day, and I don't
The-
know if this would reset
Those
it.
yes, those will reset.
Okay,
those will
great,
reset.
perfect. Then I will. I think a day and a half is more than enough time. I think we can figure this out in a day and a half. I'd rather. I personally would like to take a long rest.
Okay. So you rest. The Fliffity are very, very hospitable. They bring you some very simple like baked goods. Lots of like roasted nuts covered in sugar. Very good. And the old lady does bring each of you a little stoppered bottle. Says, if something bad happens, maybe you'll want these, and gives each of you a health potion. But hopefully nothing will happen, and you'll just make the water fixed, and that'll be great.
It's
Good.
probably just a simple blockage.
Oh, I've been there. And she.
Me too.
Mammals are so confusing.
So you got to get that fiber. And flies back into their village. Nothing really eventful happens over this evening. In the morning, as you wake from your long rest, Elian and Popperlin and Ilda are all sitting around, almost like hands on their chins, like, so when are you gonna fix the problem? You all going soon? Or,
Sometime during the night, Puck sought out someone who makes clothing and taught them a new stitch so that they can have a little bit more better quality clothes.
Okay. Awesome. I love it.
But I'm ready to go. Anybody else?
All right.
Oh, you hit your mute button, I think, when you stretched.
Yeah, you got it. All right, I'm all rested up. Did my magical exercises this morning, and I think like when we were done like resting, Sing and I are doing like we're mirroring like yoga poses in the morning, like we're like doing sun salutations, downward dog, like together, you know, like
Amazing.
stretching out Sing's wings, stretching out my shaw and my arms.
Yeah, in the morning,
Beautiful.
Donik like the word is preening Khan. So
Mhm.
he's like dragging his beak through his fur, trying to get all the little twigs and stuff out.
Donick, I'm fine. I put those there on purpose. Stop.
No, you didn't.
Ow, those nuts hurt. I told you I don't want you to.
There you go. Looking all handsome. Here's my guy.
Whatever.
Come on, don't you
I have my own style.
Don't you want to have a mate one day? Settle down? Have kids of your own?
No, ew, mates. Oh.
What's wrong with a mate?
It's weird.
God,
Don't we have to
just
go
not that
somewhere?
edgy.
Don't we have something to do?
Yeah, after breakfast.
You're supposed to be the responsible one.
I brought your favorite. I just have a fish.
Thanks. Bites
There
it
you go.
reluctantly.
Love you, kiddo.
Norg has been giving you a little bit of a talk. Taza.
Oh. I imagine that they're usually like the first up though. You know how like
Yeah.
old people are for whatever reason always awake at like 5 in the freaking morning, like it's nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he's been up for a while.
Yeah. Norg says, Taza,
Norg,
I got hurt for you again.
you
'Cause
did
you-
my Tatala.
I would like to not do that. We work better as a team, not when you think things that are attacking me are sunflowers.
I'm pretty sure that I had a conversation with Puck about that. That was beyond my control. We cannot be upset at the things that are out of our grasps.
Watch me.
Oh, spicy this morning, I see. Here, let me make you some of your favorite tea. And he starts like making like some really strong tea.
I'm picturing from one of the
A little bit
Shrek
of, like,
movies.
nips in there. or something.
One of the Shrek movies, there's a scene with the dragon that falls in love with Donkey sipping on, like holding a little teacup with their big claws. And in the morning, Trix probably woke Puck up, I would imagine, jumping on top of them. It's time. We got an adventure today. We're going.
Yes, I know. Okay, so today we don't breathe this special breath on anyone.
What if they're trying to hurt us?
Only if they're trying to hurt you.
What if Khan's grumpy?
Oh. Only if they're trying to hurt you.
Okay. Fine.
They like look at Trix in the eye and like maintain large eye contact for a moment.
Okay, promise.
Okay.
And
little scritch behind the horn.
as it's time for you all to head out, Elian comes and says, I'll show you where the spring is. It should be pretty easy for you from there. It's only about 15-minute walk from here. Guides you through this forest. Were you about to say something?
Yeah,
Jordan?
I think in the morning, because he would have gotten breakfast for Khan, and for some of the others. I'm kind of because as an outlander, as a wanderer,
Mhm.
he can get food and fresh water for up to 5 people
Mhm.
in a day's time wherever he is. So imagine he like filled up all the water skins in the morning. That's his morning ritual. But I'm wondering like what would he bring for the others? Because he'd want to bring something that actually eat, whether that be berries or fruit or something.
I think that's up to the three of you.
Yeah.
Puck would only require like a raspberry.
They're
tiny.
That's true.
Small.
Singular. Oh.
So he's like carrying back all this water skins and stuff. He stops by one bush, gently clips a raspberry off with his beak. Perfect.
Oh, Donick, while you're going in there to forage, could you find any like wet seaweed wraps? I have a morning skincare routine and I'm out of seaweed wraps in my pack.
Yeah, he'd dip into the water and grab some, grumbling about it.
If you're in the water, a couple of fish, please. I love a good white fish in the morning.
Yeah, there's tons of fish because Donick also likes fish.
Awesome. So actually, Elian leads the four of you and your dragons back to basically the stream where you found these fish. The spring itself flows from this rock face, kind of out of a small crack, and grows pretty quickly into about a 3.5 to 4 foot wide stream. It's fairly shallow. It's only 2 feet deep. As it goes, it seems to have carved its way into another rock face. So the stretch that's exposed is actually only about 20 or 30 feet long. So it goes from one rocky face into another. The other face though is actually about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. So some of you might have to duck a little bit. And from what you can tell, at least looking in, the water stays fairly shallow. And Elian says, well, good luck. And as you all face this cave, this tunnel, you hear the sound of metal on stone sort of echoing very faintly from deep within. And we're going to have to find out what happens next week on Into the Mysts.
Woo!
All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for being who you are and the wonderful role players. Let's plug all your stuff, where people can find you and all that jazz. And let's start with Eris.
Hi, I'm Eris Avad. Pronouns are she, her. You can find, I make jewelry and dice trays, bags, and whatnot. You can find the things that I make at erisavad.com. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stitched by Eris. And you can find me on TikTok now at Eris Avad. That's a new thing. We're trying it. It's fun.
So brave. No.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? My name is Gnome. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at NomeMedic. And, what do I got going on? I'm here on Thursdays, and then, starting tomorrow over on my channel, come hang out in the evening. We're going to be playing some Hyper Light Drifter. So if you like,
Ooh.
yeah, it's based off the video game, and Metalweave Games has made a TTRPG out of it, and it's actually pretty darn cool. So come check that out. It's being co-produced by Dragonix, as well as it'll also appear on Friends Who Roll Dice. We're gonna do half of the series over on my channel, and then half of the series on their channel. So little combined 1-2 punch, and I'm super stoked.
Awesome. Norden Ali.
Hey, my name is Nordina Leek, dear. My pronouns are he, him, and you can catch me online at Werewolf Fields where I do all the things. I'm in tons of games because I can't say no. So you'll find me here on Thursdays. On Saturdays, you'll find me on Roll For It, playing a game of Mage for the rest of the month. On Mondays, I'm on Gehenna Gaming, playing Gehenna Academy. I'm a ghost in that Monster
Ooh.
Hearts 2 stream. But I'm also on Loading Ready Run at the same time somehow, playing D&D. Or I'm playing a half elf. So, yep. Figure out which one to watch. I'm not going to tell you. I'm also a tabletop writer and cultural consultant. You can find my work from anywhere from Southlands that just came out from Kobold to Into the Motherlands, which will come out soon. And by the end of 2022, I should have a Kickstarter announcement coming up.
Ooh.
I'm working for secrets. What am I allowed to say? It's a project that Banana Chan got me involved in, who's one of my dearest friends. And it's going to be really cool because I've seen what it looks like. It's going to be bad. Just hold on. It's going to be exciting. I promise.
That's awesome. That's exciting. And Connie.
Hey everyone, I'm Connie, pronouns they, he, and she. I am an actual play GM, performer, and all-around game designer. But I'm not here on this lovely Dragon Rider mini-series here on Feyforge Academy. I am the GM and producer behind Transplanar RPG, which is an all-transgender, people of color-led, 100% homebrewed Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live-streamed actual play campaign set in an original, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist world. We stream Saturdays at 3 p.m. U.S. Central Time, but that might be changing soon. We might be adding another stream to our weekly programming. Stay tuned for that in early 2022. You can follow me on Twitter at @ByConnieChang. That's ByConniechang. And on Twitter and Twitch at Transplanar RPG. That's Transplanar. Planar as in like interplanar travel or transplanar travel. And then RPG. With that, I'm going to shoot things back to Stephen.
And I'm Steven. You can find me on Twitter at @the_baddm. I run shows on this channel. I run a podcast that's actually currently up for a few Audioverse awards. So if you like what happens here, listen to our podcast. I think, was this the command that I made? Yeah, I did. I know how to use my Nightbot. If you like what we do, if you would take the time, it takes about 15 minutes to go vote for us. That would mean the world. But we have this show currently, and the podcast comes out every Friday, set in a magic school in the same world that we are currently exploring, though it's set more in the material plane, kind of on the edge of where the material plane and the Feywilds are closest, essentially, and has a great cast. And thanks again to Roll20 for sponsoring us. We are going to go raid someone. Mythmatic, I think, is playing some D&D over there. So go say hi to them if you want some more stories. And thank you so much for being here. Oh, one thing I do want to say, I forgot this. If you like this show and you are enjoying it and you want to support us as players, as entertainers, as actors, as role players, you can do so on the links that I just put in the Nightbot. We would really appreciate it. It takes a lot of work to put these streams on. Gnome has done a ton of work with the overlays and the production side, DMing, playing. Everyone has put a lot of work and thought into what's going on. So if that is something you have enjoyed and you have the ability to, we would love your support. With that, let's go do a little raid. So while that's getting loaded up, stay tuned, and we will see y'all next week.